Merry meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Shirley, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. I hope we are streaming. I've been off for a week, but I've forgotten how to do everything, so please forgive my mistakes. If you are watching us on a restream on YouTube, you can fast forward through all of the shuffling I'm about to do by using the timestamps right in the video description of this video. I hope we're streaming. It says we're streaming, so let's cross our fingers. Today I am reading with this Dark Wood Tarot, and let's purify with this Vervain by L'Occitane. 3 sprays in a room is more than sufficient. You can find information about purchasing each of these products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching us on Twitch, please make sure that you follow us on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of merchandise, including tarot decks there. All of those are affiliate links, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support, but mostly what we appreciate is that you're here. Another way to support us, though, is by giving a donation, and you can do that if you are on YouTube by using a super sticker or super chat right in the chat thread if we're live, or by using a super thanks if you're on a restream. You can also send a donation by going to paypal.me/ArielGatoga, paypal.me/ArielGatoga. I was going to tell you something else. I don't remember. I have to have a script again because I've forgotten. I had it all memorized, and then I took a week off and it's just like, what do I do? So I shuffle, right? Just FYI, also, if you are interested, we do have a tarot class today at 9:45 a.m. Pacific on my main YouTube channel. So I hope that you join us there. We'll be going over some kind of cool stuff, so I hope you can join us for that. You can always watch those tarot classes on restreams, and that's on our main YouTube channel. That's not on the tarot channel. The YouTube channel is Ariel. I think it's Ariel Gatoga is the name of the YouTube channel. Or is it Ariel's Corner? I can't remember. If you search for Ariel Gatoga, it should come up. It's the one with the all of the main lectures and stuff like that. Anyway, let's see what's in the cards for everybody today. I feel very unprofessional the way I'm working today, but that's okay. Let's keep it casual. All right, we've got this beautiful Chariot card, this lovely King of Swords, and a Page of Wands. Okay, so this is today. Remember, this is just kind of the trend for today. It seems like you've overcome so much. Most of you have overcome a lot, and you've been victorious. And what happens then for many of us is that instead of staying on track with that victory, and remember that victory is an inner victory for most of us, just overcoming some difficulties in our lives. And usually you have to find that inner strength to do that. Many times the ego mind will try to convince you that that inner strength needs to be carried into cruelty because that's going to make you stronger. And it does it without us even recognizing it sometimes. And then we realize, wow, I'm being a jerk, and it's too late. And then we have to go back and clean up our mess or double down on our meanness, right? And so this King of Swords is that part of the ego mind that doesn't care, just doesn't care. You know what that's like when you're right in the throes of it all, and you're right and they're wrong, and you don't want to hear about it. Right? And all I care about is being right. And all I care about a lot of times is destroying my enemies. And I don't want to hear about it. And it's really the opposite of what this Chariot, what you are actually going through. But the ego likes to conflate the two. The ego likes to say, oh, you can have more victory. You can have more victory, but you got to be a lot more aggressive. You've got to take no prisoners. You really got to learn how to, be I hate using the word hateful because it's such a strong word, but it is kind of the way that the ego is kind of coaxing you toward. And the reality is that the ego doesn't care care about you. The ego just cares about self-destruction. It's a program in the mind. And just remember that those inner urgings to be right at all costs are a type of self-destructive behavior that are acting like you're being victorious. They're disguised as that victorious part of you. So don't fall for that. Your victory is because of your innocence, not because of your aggressiveness. Now, this Page of Wands is saying, instead of that, stay open to new ideas. Stay open to seeing things differently. That's the response to this King of Swords, is a, well, thanks for sharing, but I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to look at some other ideas. I'm not going to react. I'm not going to react based on this King of Swords energy, which is be right at all costs. I'm going to instead allow myself to continue that victory that's been happening. And one of the ways that I'm going to be victorious, this is you speaking, is by being open to new ideas, by being open to new inspirations. I kind of like this picture for the Page of Wands, because usually the Page of Wands is new information, is new ideas, and the Page of Wands is new inspiration to get things done in a brand new way. And she's lighting her candle. This person is lighting their candle off of pre-existing successes, and those successes are compounding. And it seems to me that the ego wants you to avoid that at all costs. But remember that still small voice is persistent. It doesn't get destroyed by the aggressive voice within. That aggressive voice of the ego doesn't have the power to silence the still small voice. It just likes to be louder. What I like to say is, imagine you're at this rock concert and it's really loud and somebody's trying to tell you something that's standing right next to you and you can't hear them. They can go right up to your ear and go blah, 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 and you can hear them when they're right next to your ear, right? Regardless of all the cacophony going on around you. That's the still small voice that's got so many solutions for you. So when you've got that big loud voice in your head today saying, you know, I'm right and they're wrong and I'm so mad and blah, 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 whatever that happens to be, whatever that raucousness happens to be, recognize that still small voice is right up against your ear saying blah, 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 blah. Here's a better idea. Here's another way to be. Here's another way to go. You have so much inspiration available to you today. And you just have to be willing to choose to listen to this voice rather than that voice and be aware of it. All right, let's open this up. We've got the King of Coins here. We've got the Magician here. The Magician and the King of Swords is not my favorite combination, but we're gonna learn from this and see how to resolve it. And then we've got this Five of Cups. All right, so you know, I did a post about this morning on YouTube, on YouTube, a community post, and also on Facebook and on Instagram. I put the same post up all three places. And the post is all about how if you're into magic, if you're into the craft at all, you don't need to expect that means that you're not supposed to have problems. And I think that's where a lot of this King of Swords energy comes from. It's just like, wait a minute. I thought I was a witch. I thought I was a magus. Why do I have problems? Why shouldn't everything just be perfect? Somebody was even on the group. They were saying, well, can't I just do one invocation and then that takes care of me for the rest of my life? No. It doesn't work like that. Nothing works like that. It's a day-to-day, moment-to-moment decision. And you get better and better and better at dealing with your problems magically by responding to them from this point of view of inspiration rather than reaction. Right? So this reactive voice here, this King of Swords, loves to just have all kinds of make all kinds of show about how powerful they are. That's what this is all about. It's just like, but really what it is insecurity. If you notice that you're just out there, you know, trying to prove to the world how right you are, or even prove to yourself how right you are today, recognize it's just all a bunch of insecurity. It's all just a bunch of show. And it's okay to be insecure. It's okay for you to feel insecure. You don't need to cover that up. What you need to do is turn and ask that still small voice, what do? I am scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get my needs met in this situation. What do I do? Right? Instead of trying to have some kind of big dramatic showing as to how things are, that everything, nothing bothers you or nothing scares you, or that you're right and they're wrong, or whatever that happens to be, you don't need big giant shows of strength. What you need is to pull back and listen to these inspirations, because these inspirations, all these little candle lights, are there to guide you into success. And this Five of Cups is saying, don't avoid your fears. Don't avoid the depressions. Don't avoid the problems, especially the internal problems. You turn towards them. That's what the magician does. It doesn't go, I don't want to feel depressed. I don't want to feel scared. The magician says, yeah, turn toward that. Turn toward that. We're going to get underneath that. We're going to find the light underneath that. We're not going to avoid a thing. We're going to turn toward it. We're going to face it. We're going to dive into it. That's the essence of what we call, in this particular system that I work, dark magic. Dark magic doesn't mean hexing. It means going into the darkness, finding the shadow part of you, and not being afraid of your own shadow. Instead, you lean into that shadow, and you recognize that beneath that shadow is only light. Is all this light, all these candles, all this inspiration, all the successes available to you. And it's all sort of being sometimes disguised by this King of Swords that wants you to avoid that, what we talked about at the beginning of the reading, avoid that that conquering, that success, that courage that you've been finding. Right? That courage that you've been finding, it's saying, no, that's not courage. The only way to be courageous is to be a jerk. The only way to be courageous is to really have a show of strength. What matters is what people think of you. And what matters is how you look. It doesn't matter how you feel. So you need to bury these feelings, and you go out and you look good. You look strong. You look powerful. No, that's not wisdom. Wisdom is, I feel scared, I feel insecure, I don't know what to do, and I'm gonna lean into that, and I'm gonna ask for help from infinite intelligence to find the strength that lies underneath it. That's what this Chariot's all about. That's the overcoming. That's how you have victory. Right? And the victory, remember, this King of Coins here is saying the victory is ultimately practical. Ultimately, you're going to see, it's not just that you're going to feel better. It's not that you're going to get beneath all of these fears and all of these insecurities and all the anger and rage and whatever that stuff is trying to hide from you. It's not only that you're going to get underneath that and feel better, but you're going to see practical results when you do that. You're going to see financial results. You're going to see things working out for you in wonderful ways, because you're learning not to let your feelings of fear or depression or whatever those feelings happen to be to scare you and to make you want to run away and hide and pretend like they're not there and to have some big show of strength that's pointless. No, you don't need to show anything to anybody other than your authentic self. And if you don't feel like showing your authentic self to everybody, that's fine too. You don't have to show them anything. But you don't need to go out and pretend that you're something that you're not, or that you're not feeling the fear, or that you're not feeling the whatever it is that you're going through. Instead, it's saying get underneath that, turn toward it, lean into it, dive into the darkness, and you'll realize that under that darkness is all your power. There is nothing to fear. There is literally nothing to fear, and so much success waiting for you. So don't let that ego bar the gates to your success by barring the gates to your true feelings, hiding with a smokescreen of possibly rage or upset or the need to be right or this show of strength. Don't let that smokescreen delay your progress. You need to get underneath those feelings and recognize that you are strong, you are enlightened, you are powerful, you are successful. All right, wonderful reading. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Shirley and Dre. We'll see everybody tomorrow for another general reading. Until then, blessed be.